Heroes and Vampires. Season 2. Space Invaders. Part 1. Where the beast waited. The old yellow bus rattled like it was on its last leg, its rusted body squealing every time it hit a pothole on the cracked mountain road. Dried blood was smeared on the windows. Half of the heroes inside were asleep, bodies limp, weapons in their laps. The other half stared out the glass with hollow eyes, scanning every passing tree like it might peel open and reach for them. Drew sat near the front, arms crossed, lips pressed so tight they were almost white. He hated the bus. It was loud, slow, vulnerable, a coffin on wheels. "This is a mistake," he muttered, low but sharp. Tay, feet propped up on a cooler and chewing sunflower seeds, didn't bother turning. "We're not sprinting across broken counties anymore, Drew. People are tired." "People get dead when they get slow," he snapped, "and people fall apart when they don't rest." She spit a seed. "Pick your poison." In the back, Zara dozed off beside the emergency exit, arms wrapped around a blanket that once belonged to a girl they'd lost last week. She murmured in her sleep, twitching. No one noticed the soft hum beneath her breath. They hadn't seen Jax in 18 days. Tay's scouts tracked something through the ridges last night. Claw marks up stone, deep enough to split bone. Something big. Something angry. The bus squealed to a stop just outside a burned-out ranger station on a mountain trail. Pine trees stretched skyward, like the ribs of a corpse. Wind bit through the gaps in the canopy. Everything smelled of smoke and wet moss. Drew got out first, shotgun in hand. The rest filed out quietly, fanning into a perimeter. Tay motioned toward the tree line. "Scout team said he's up there. Cave, maybe," she said. Didn't get close. Heard growling. Drew stared at the tree line, jaw tight. "If he's not Jax anymore." "We handle it," Tay said without flinching. They moved in. Up the ridge, over broken stones and collapsed fencing. And then they heard it. Not a growl, but a low, rhythmic thump. Like breathing, but deeper. The cave was half collapsed, moss and rock choking the entrance. Tay nodded, and Drew stepped forward with his flashlight. Inside, something shifted. At first they thought it was shadow, but then the shadow opened yellow eyes. Jax. He crouched in the darkness like something carved from nightmare, taller than any man should be, claws half buried in the mud floor, fur thick and matted. He didn't charge, didn't speak, just watched. "Jax," Drew said quietly, slowly lowering the gun. "It's us." Jax's head tilted slightly. Then Zara stepped forward from behind Tay. She walked slowly, eyes still drowsy, as if guided by something else. She stopped just outside the cave, barefoot on the cold stone, and whispered, "You waited." Jax's body jerked like he'd been struck, and then, slowly, he backed into the shadows, claws scraping the walls. Seconds passed, then minutes. No sound, but the wind. And finally, he stepped forward. Still massive, still beast. But his shoulders slumped. His breathing slowed. His eyes shifted. Still animal, but not murderous. Tay nodded to Drew. "He's still in there." They brought him back to the bus. That night, they camped in the clearing below. Fire low. Meat jerky passed around in silence. Jax sat far from the rest, wrapped in scavenged tarp, hunched like a dog in the rain. Zara sat nearby, tossing pebbles in a puddle, humming something strange. Around midnight, a scream cracked through the air. Everyone jolted awake. Tay and Drew were on their feet in seconds, guns up. 2 of the perimeter guards were missing. The third lay on the ground, head twisted backward. Then the smell hit them. Burned ozone, wet copper, something else. A shape moved in the trees, Tall, gaunt, almost skeletal, but not stumbling like a vamp, not slinking like a beast. Silent. Tay raised her weapon. The thing turned its head slowly, revealing black eyes that reflected no light. Then, without a sound, it darted back into the trees. Another scream, this one from a woman further downhill. A beam of cold white light suddenly shot through the trees, swallowing her in a single pull. She rose, body limp, mouth open. Gone. The beam vanished like it had never been there. The forest fell silent again. Drew's voice shook as he whispered, "That wasn't vampire." Jack stood slowly, eyes glowing under the moon. No one said a word, but everyone knew. Something new had come, and it wasn't just here to kill. It came to take. Thanks for watching Heroes and Vampires. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Got a taste for more dark and thrilling tales? Head over to my other channel, Cryptid Encounter Stories, where we dive into terrifying creatures, urban legends, and cryptid encounters. And if you're hungry for even more, be sure to check out my book, Fall of the Order, available now in ebook, audiobook, and paperback online. Until next time, stay safe and stay in the light.